My Black Friends, a story about race. Most white people love to talk about having black friends. It, of course, stems from what's been dubbed white guilt. For a lot of my life, I really believed I was better than that I was way too open-minded and enlightened to have such a flaw as stupid and emotionally, rationally, and metaphysically stunted as prejudiced. Then one day I had a series of epiphanies and started to see the world/reality as it truly is. Once you see it, you can't unsee it, so I had to recognize everything in its actual form, which obviously I myself was included in. So I stripped myself as bare as I could and took a hard look at all of myself. I learned a lot. Examining me led to studying my environment and how I fit into it, my place as it were. One of the things I was surprised and dismayed to see was that I was indeed prejudiced, racist, bigoted, all of it. Son of a bitch. What kind of person was I? I decided to think on it for a while. If it was true, I knew I needed to learn how to modify my behavior at the very least, and then my thoughts and emotions in order to hopefully purge or maybe control that part of myself. I wanted to do it right, though, so I took my time. So, I do have black friends. And what can I say? I like and love them. They're my friends, and I don't have many of those. The people that are my friends are all enlightened enough to not mistake my intent writing this story. They might have some shit to say, but I know they won't think I'm an asshole. Some of you will, and that's okay. Chances are 50-50, at the very least, that I am wrong, or maybe only right here and there. All I can say to that is that I am still in the process of learning about myself. I might feel completely different about this subject 2 weeks from now, though I'm checking the 3 boxes to guide me through this difficult and dangerous terrain. You know the 3 boxes, right? No? Okay, it's important, so I will explain. With a new way of seeing our reality comes an altered process of making decisions. It is not all in the head. Or it's not just electrical signals in our brain, creating thoughts and ideas and sometimes actions. To perform an action, an interaction with our environment, is not just a matter of thought. Maybe that's how really bad decisions get made, but not something with true intent. So we add emotion, too. The chemical interaction of the brain, emotion, also floods our bodies, our neuroreceptors sucking up all those delicious homemade potions and responding accordingly to the situation. If it's time to run, fear floods our body. If it's time to screw, lust does. And our bodies definitely respond. Then there's our second brain, our stomach. Yes. We now know the stomach has as many or maybe even more neurotransmitters than our brains. Crazy, right? To me, this illustrates the mind-body connection we have, and our stomach is the seat of instinct. So when I decide something, I try and feel out how each one of them reports. Does it make sense intellectually? Thought. Does it feel right emotionally? No red flags like guilt or anger? And finally, does it feel calm and smooth in my gut, or do I feel icky and troubled? So I applied these to myself and considered it for a few months. I came to the conclusion that not only were prejudice and racism a part of me, but they were probably impossible to get rid of. They were learned behavior, you see, integrated into my personality from the start. Does that sound like an excuse? It's not, I promise. I know it's not, because whether those things are a part of me or can be removed, I have to understand and embrace them. The trick is to not identify with them and perpetuate them into action by abusing them in ignorant ways. Instead, learn from them what is incorrect and trend in a giving, accepting, and open-minded behavior pattern. I had to realize not to hate this part of myself, even though it felt wrong to me. I was even more stunned to find that this prejudiced attitude still manifested itself in the present, even after recognizing it and trying to manage it. The last time it happened was only days ago. I was working my shitty job at a gas station on the third shift when a woman came to the counter. She had 6 online coupons that took forever to pull up on her phone, and then her credit card wouldn't work. So a long line formed behind her. Most of the customers were patient, but one black guy kept up a constant commentary, putting me on blast for being so slow. I tried to ignore it, but I was already frustrated and was keeping my temper with the stupid woman in front of me. I wanted to yell back at him, "It's not my fault. I'm not slow, it's this woman." But I stayed silent. I would have been a hypocrite to put her on blast. So eventually my harasser came to the counter and was just a dick to me. I didn't say shit, but as he walked away, a thought came bulldozing its way to my conscious mind. "Fucking N-word. Fuck you," was my thought. Shit. Even as it first entered my mind, I was already ashamed and feeling guilty. No one heard it. It was a thought. I hadn't really hurt anyone, yet I know what had happened was completely opposite to the way I knew people should be. What happened next was worse. A short time later, another black man stood before me and was being a jerk. He kept mocking me and repeating in a funny voice, I hate rudeness, and I hate bullies even more, so I didn't even have a hard time rationalizing my anger with him. I was still polite, but I was not friendly. I let my anger control me. This I could have lived with, but then it happened again. As he walked away, the same thought popped up again. Fucking ignorant N-word, I thought. Double shit. I knew I had to figure this shit out, so I contemplated between customers and came up with variables and solutions to define this shitty problem. Shit, shitty shit. That's a lot of shit. What if, I wondered, had I let the first guy goad me into letting my anger control me so much that even though his skin color had nothing to do with it, he was just being a jerk, my prejudiced mind assigned a race issue onto the situation. Damn it! To go a step further, maybe by letting this ignorant thought invade my mind, it transferred to my outward attitude, and the second guy picked up on my coldness, and that's why he lashed out at me. It's possible. It's even likely. So what does that make me? I just don't know. I do know I'm even more aware of my thoughts and feelings on this subject because of it, but is that good enough? Or were they both just jerks and I was simply lashing out in a basic pattern I'd learned as a child? Was I only human? Shit times 10. I just don't know. Should I still get to say I have black friends? Why don't I ever mention my Mexican friends this way? Am I even worth having as a friend? You tell me. This is supposed to be a dialogue. Comment, please. You can only make me a better person if you do. Be polite, though. Alright. Love to you all. Except the Swiss. I hate those fucking arrogant pricks.